Hello, welcome back to my craft room. Angela Westland here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Australia. Today we're going to be showing you how to create this faceted gift box. We did make the roses, the double rolled roses the other day. There they are there. So we're just going to try and make this faceted box today. Show you how that goes all together. So let's get started. So to first off, what you'll need two pieces of 6" by 6". I've used cherry cobbler as my base, and then I've cut a 6" by 6" piece of designer series paper from the Timeless Elegance selection. So to start with, I have pre-done mine a little bit just to save time on the video. So we will need our envelope punch board. So we'll bring in the designer series paper. So what I do with this designer series paper, you will also have to do on your cardstock as well. So we're just going to line it up at the 3 inches. Give it a punch, score it down, and turn back up to the 3 inches, punch and score it down. Turn it around up to the 3 inches, punch and score it down. Turn around, back up to your 3 inches, punch and score it down. So you need to do that with your cardstock as well. So that's finished with the envelope punch board. So now we need to bring in our scoring board. Just might have to zoom out a little bit for you so you can see. So now we're going to place our 6" by 6" piece of paper right up there in the corner. Now we need to score on all 4 sides, and we're going to score at the 3rd notch in from the corner, which is the notch just before your 1/2 inch. So just make sure your paper's right up there in the corner. Just count 1, 2, 3 notches and just straight down. Turning it around again. Got to do this on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3. On this side. Very last side, 1, 2, 3, just scoring it all the way down. So that's all your scoring done there. So then you'll have something like this. Okay, now you will notice on each corner there is a little square. So we need to cut out these 4 little corners, both on this piece and on your cardstock piece as well. So the easiest way, I'm just going to turn it over because I can see the corners a bit better on this side, is if you use the Stampin' Up! Square punch, just turn it over, just line it up in the corner, just like that, and just simply snip them off. It's the easiest and most, it gives it a lot neater appearance. You can do it with scissors if you prefer. So we need to do this on all 4 corners of both pieces. Let's cut this one. And then the very last one. Rid of the rubbish. Then you have that. So you can see where I've cut off each corner with the square punch. So when you do, as I said, I've just started, I've only glued one side, but you will end up with 2 pieces doing that, what I've just done for you. Now you need to decide, as it is a faceted box, it's not going to be glued on as a square. So you decide on this side here, it's just the triangle, I'm going to have that as my opening to my box. So I know not to glue those 2 sides, I've just put a cross there with my pencil so that I know that when I bring this up to glue, I'm not going to glue down these two sides here, because when it comes together, you can see that that's going to be your opening. So you don't want to glue along this side or that side. Okay, so as I said, I have glued the first one just to help us with the video. All you have to do now is just fold this over. This is your designer series paper, and you just use your multi liquid glue. Now you don't want to put too much on. Less is better, as I always say. And just using a cotton bud, just let it go along. Now you need to bring your diamond up. In this case, the cherry cobbler diamond up, and I'm just going to hold it there for a few minutes for the multi-purpose glue to take. Alright. Good thing with the multi-purpose glue, it is going to give you that little bit of time to move it so you can get it exactly where you want it. So you will be able to move it before it completely dries. So just, it's a bit fiddly. So that's, I'll just press down on that one from the inside as well. So then it's just a matter of going around the box now. Okay, so we're going to fold our next piece of the designer series paper. Bit more liquid glue on there. Then we're going to bring up the side on the cardstock, line it up, just press down there in the corner and along there until it just takes a little bit, and then we can fiddle with it and move it if it needs to be. So just pressing with my thumb inside and along the top, just so that takes. You can always go back and give it a bit of press a bit later, but you can see how that box is coming together, the faceted side of it. So now just turning over the next piece, bit more multi-purpose liquid glue. It's down there. Put on too much, it won't stick, so just be careful how much you're putting on, and just lining it up. Just move that so you can see how I'm lining that up. So just holding it there until the glue takes. So you can see it's quite an effective look doing the faceted box. The gluing part of it is just a little bit fiddly, but once you've done a couple, I'll just hold that down, just holding that down until it takes a little bit. So we're working round, only got a couple more to go. So as we gets a bit harder for me to show you when we get to, because the box is nearly closing, so I'll just glue these last two flaps down. Just remember to bring up the cardstock, that's the trick to it, bring up the cardstock to it. Don't press it down until you've brought up that triangular shape to your designer series paper. So I'm just, you can see a little bit of glue coming out there, but that's easily fixed when we're finished. So we're just going to hold that down there. So you can just remove that glue with your cotton bud. Just want to get, this is the hardest part now because there's only a couple of flaps to glue down. Okay. So we've just got one more. It's the last one. So we can just put our glue on there. Taking a bit off, just feel there's a bit too much on there, so just always handy to have a couple of cotton buds close by. So the last one, we're just going to glue that down there. Just hold it in place and see a bit of glue coming out there. Let's wipe that off. Just on the last flap now. I just need to get my hand inside the box, which is a bit difficult when you're on your last flap. Just so that glue will take. You can see that all the way around. It's quite effective, isn't it? So, and then you just fold these last two flaps in. You could cut them off at the beginning if you wanted to. And then we're just going to close the box. Remember, we kept that and we've marked it with 2 X's on this side and that side, so I knew not to glue along here or along here because it's easily done. So we're just going to fold those 2 cherry cobbler flaps in, and we're just going to close the box like that. So that is your faceted box all finished. And that's your opening, which you could tie up with some ribbon. But I'll go ahead and embellish this box for you, and with some of those rolled roses we did the other day, and I'll come back in the next video and show you the finished product. Okay, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.